Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown here to talk about King Kong versus Godzilla. Well, actually Godzilla versus King Kong, not King Kong versus Godzilla. That is the original. The new one is Godzilla versus King Kong. So big difference, big difference because the second time they fight, Godzilla's in the first title. The first time they fight, Kong is in the first title. Why? Obviously Kong was more popular back then, more key value. Now Godzilla's a lot more famous than King Kong. Not to say Kong is not famous, but Godzilla's basically like, hey, yo, Kong, we haven't fought since the 60s. You want to fight again? And Kong is like, so there you go. But in a way, this is kind of like, not a rant, but more of a discussion of how I feel that Godzilla and Kong got pushed back to November 2020. I'm a little bit upset about that. But I can understand why they did it, because there's so many movies that are coming out in March and they don't want to interfere with Godzilla. That's fine. That's totally fine. It could be possible. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but this is how I feel. Sorry, this is the way I feel, but this is how the way I feel, because some studios fucking do this. Not all, but some. That when a movie gets criticized by critics and it doesn't make as much money that they hoped for, they'll be like, the next movie they will make it, if they do make another one, which they are, and they will probably not half-ass it, but try not to be more risky. Basically, try not to pay. Basically, not making the fans kind of more happy in what they were with Godzilla 2019, because basically more fan service. There, basically like that. And it was. Godzilla 2019 was really fan service. And not to say it didn't have other stuff that was not fan service, yeah. But you could tell a lot of people love Godzilla 2019 because of the shit that we grew up with Godzilla. So many references in that movie and other things that are even more memorable that we remember for years to come because of that movie. The King Ghidorah and Godzilla battle, it was something that was good and cool. I mean, it wasn't new that these guys were fighting before, but it was cool and badass, and I liked it, especially when Mothra fought Rodan and shit, and she spiked them and everything like that. Yo, that was fucking cool. Mothra brought her fucking knife with her purse that night. Yo, that is fucking badass. I love that Mothra. But the one thing I don't want them to do, I really do not want them to do this, and this is the biggest pet peeve I have with this movie. If they make Godzilla and Kong fight another monster in a Godzilla vs Kong movie, go fuck yourself. I'm walking out of the fucking movie theater and reviewing it right there and then. I'm saying don't watch this movie, because it literally, you're not getting any money's worth. You're not getting King Kong versus Godzilla. You're getting King Kong and Godzilla teaming up to fight another monster. Now, the reason people point this out is because they don't want to see Godzilla or Kong lose. It's a versus movie. You could do it. You could do what you did in Freddy vs. Jason, a tie. And most people are like, oh no, it wasn't a tie because it was just Freddy's head and Jason just hold him and all. Freddy woke up. He winked to the camera. You know that it's for kind of loud. When my mom saw that, she was like, now they're walking together. In a way, why wouldn't they? But they could still be enemies. Why not? In my head, it was like it was a tie, but they could still be enemies. And even the original King Kong vs. Godzilla, to me, it was a tie. Even, I know the American version just showed Kong moving up, and then people were like, Kong won! In the Japanese version, which is the definitive version, because it was made in Japan and not America, shows Kong coming out of the water, and then the silhouette of the end in Japanese letters, I think, and you hear Godzilla's roar. So to me, that is a tie. That is a freaking tie, okay? And Freddy vs. Jason, you don't see the studios making another horror character to fight Freddy and Jason because the fans didn't want Freddy or Jason to lose. They knew that, and so they made an ending to make sure that the fans walked out happy because they killed each other. They did. They killed each other so much that you thought, yeah, they're not going to walk out of this. But they still can't because they're horror icons. We're supposed to feel like that with Godzilla and King Kong. Feel like these guys are not going to get out of here alive, but they do. Why? Because They're animals. They're animals. Eventually, animals get tired when they're like humans. If you fight for someone for a long, long time, eventually you're gonna be fucking goddamn tired. Yes, someone might take advantage, but overall, it's like bygones be bygones. Shake hands and leave. Fight another day sometimes, you know? And in a way, Freddy vs. Jason kind of conveyed that at the end a little bit, not as much. I mean, if you watch if you watch Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash, they still fight. It's still epic as all hell. So, there you go. That's why I don't want another monster fighting King Kong and Godzilla in a versus movie called King Kong versus Godzilla. Don't even call it King Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus King Kong if you're going to put another monster. Just saying, Warner Brothers, hello, come on, man, like for real. And some big YouTubers of Godzilla fans talk about this, and I'm like, stop this, stop fucking this, stop fucking with this, stop it, because it's like something that it's like one. That's the thing. One YouTuber says it, and everyone agrees with it. But once a small YouTuber says it, or just a YouTuber in general just says it, it's bad, right? Because everyone wants to walk out of the movie theater happy instead of being like, wow, that fight was awesome. Apparently, you're not satisfied with the fight. You want to be satisfied with the outcome. To me, as a wrestling fan, I care about the match. And however the outcome was, I'll be like, wow, respect to both of them. Because it depends about the match, you know? So that's how I feel like with Godzilla and King Kong. The first time they fought, I fucking enjoyed it. I loved it. Godzilla shoved the tree, King Kong shoved the tree in Godzilla's mouth and all that. And a lot of YouTubers are like, that should happen in the movie. And some other YouTubers are like, oh, that would never happen. That's too goofy and stupid. And I'm like, you're in a universe with a giant kaiju monster, okay? And you brought King Ghidorah, and you basically said he's from outer space. Bring in Mega Godzilla. Bring in Gamera, okay? And I'm just using those examples because it's like, it already was ridiculous. Okay? You mean to tell me you're going to take a giant freaking monster movie seriously? And you want to? It's like the same thing with a comic book movie. You're going to take it seriously? Yeah, go ahead, take it seriously, but it's still going to be fun and entertaining. And once it does something corny, all of a sudden, you're bashing it? Now, not all YouTubers do that, but some YouTubers will be like, well, fuck that shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, it's not just YouTubers, it's some people too that are not YouTubers. It's like, dude, do you realize how Godzilla really is and all that? Yes, sometimes it's goofy and cheesy sometimes, but it's also hard at the same time. You got to know what Godzilla really is. He's the symbol of atomic bomb and all that, you know? And King Kong is a symbol of beauty and beast also. You got to understand that. And that's why I like King Kong versus Godzilla, the original movie, because in a way, it still conveyed that. And yet, no, fuck that. That's not their real characters. Yeah. To be honest, if I made a King Kong versus Godzilla movie, and let's say if a Japanese guy in the movie was just like, King Kong and Godzilla are about to fight, then the monster comes and it's like, oh my god, are they going to team up? And it's like, and then Godzilla and Kong just, it becomes a triple threat, you know? So that's the thing. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's a thing. Hold on, I want to check my battery here, guys. Okay, sorry, I just want to check the battery. But what are you gonna do with King Ghidorah's head? There's a theory that people might be like, oh, King Ghidorah's coming back in Godzilla versus King Kong. And when I saw that ending to it, I'm like, no, we're gonna see another monster, Godzilla versus King Kong, which I don't want. I don't want to see that. Could we at least get Godzilla versus King Kong, and then in the next movie, Godzilla versus Destroyer? Please? Or Mega King Ghidorah, please do one of those two, because those are the only thing that I can see from a third Godzilla movie instead of a versus movie with King Kong and Godzilla. I'm sorry, I don't want to see another monster in King Kong versus Godzilla. Sorry, I've said it plenty of times. I have, and I don't think I have to say it anymore. So I am looking forward to Godzilla versus King Kong. Well, Godzilla versus King Kong. Sorry. I am looking forward for that for next year. I'm hoping that the film is really freaking good. And yes, they're delaying it. Wish it came out in March, but I can understand why they didn't release it in March because again, there's other movies coming out, and you don't want the movie to lose luster in a bit. And then in November, I think Godzilla almost at the end of November, I think he has all those weeks of the end of November. So Godzilla and Kong have almost the whole month to themselves for next year's November, which is brilliant. I love that. And that is like awesome knowing that Godzilla and King Kong have this room to stretch to make more money because to be honest, if I was any other studio, would you want to compete with Godzilla versus King Kong? If you are, you're just a dick. I'm sorry, you're just a dick because in my opinion, if I was a Hollywood executive, I'd be like, I'm not putting no movies before or after this. Why? Because it's something that people want to see. It hasn't happened since the 60s. And I think people from the 60s that were born in the 60s or witnessed the 60s and still alive now, like my grandparents, if I told my grandparents that King Kong and Godzilla are fighting again, they'll be like, when? You know? The reason I'm a Batman fan and a kaiju fan because of my grandparents. They showed me the shit as kids, and I fucking loved it since day one. And if I ever told my grandparents about, hey, they're remaking Godzilla and King Kong, they'll probably, especially my grandfather, be happy about it. And obviously my grandmother, because, you know, ever since I was a little kid, I was just like, oh, Godzilla's on TV. You know, the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla one. Oh, that's a reference to in that movie. Oh, I just love that. In the 2019 one, if you pay close attention to it. So really cool. But overall, what do you guys think? Do you think that there should be another monster in Godzilla vs King Kong? I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Personally, for me, I don't. As a King Kong and Godzilla fan, I just want them to fight. I just want them to kill each other. Like again, I pointed out with the same thing Freddy vs Jason. You know, like yes, Freddy and Jason have flaws, but at least they didn't. At least they weren't like, hey, no one doesn't want these people to lose, so let's just make a new horror icon and have Freddy and Jason fight that icon. And they walk both in the sunset holding hands saying Kumbaya. Yeah, it's like you know that skit in Robot Chicken when Alien Predator decide to date and then you saw fans throwing shit at the screen like, oh boo, boo. Yeah, no one doesn't want to see that. Because they want to see these two characters kill each other. Rip them to shreds, rip the fucking heads off, and fuck it. I'm serious. Okay? You have a giant lizard that can breathe atomic breath, a gorilla that can stand lightning and take fire, and is growing. Sign me up, and I want to watch that fight. And no interference whatsoever. If anything, literally fucking King Kong go like this. You know, Bruce Lee style. Pa, pa. You know, like, don't be in this fight, bitch. Shit, wait till the other movie. This is my moment. This is our moment. It's like, yeah, for real. You hype the fans up, and then you're just gonna release a fucking another monster to have these two guys fight. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's laughable to me. That's why it's like fucking stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a rant, but it's true. And I feel like I'll just get out of the movie theater. I won't say the movie's complete shit. I'll just say that this is what happened and this is how I feel. And I would be like, personally, don't watch the movie if they do that. And you could tell me I'm a crybaby or anything like that. Go ahead, because I would just be like, I'm sure. I bet you cried at other things that is the same vein of what I'm talking about, and no one didn't say shit about you. Because people let you talk and listen what you had to say and convey. Okay, so there you go. So guys, tell me what you think. Do you think that you think the delay was bad? Do you think the delay was good? Do you think Godzilla and Kong should not have another monster in their movie? And if you do think so, tell me why. I still won't agree with you of you telling me why they should have a monster in King Kong versus Godzilla, even though it's just a versus movie. No. You could explain to me, but overall, I would still disagree because I don't want that. I didn't ask for that. It's just, going back to Freddy versus Jason or Alien versus Predator. Did we ask for another monster, another horror icon to go in and fight these other horror icons? No, we didn't. We asked for two horror icons to fight each other, where we either the movie will suck or not. At least the fight will be fucking pretty epic or decent. For crying out loud, in the Alien vs Predator movie, the highlight of the whole fucking movie was them fighting, and that was awesome, fucking awesome, man. Ugh, that pumped me up, man. I'm a guy. Pumped me up. The adrenaline rush, man. Same thing when happens with Freddy vs. Jason happened. So that's why I can't wait for Kong vs. Godzilla. God. Ugh. Sorry, guys, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. And see ya. I'm just hyped for this movie, but I'm also worried at the same time, as you can tell. See you guys. Be safe.